Good evening. I'm Ross Boundy here and just joining you for the Boomer Press Book Nook, writing memoirs. So I'm just going to continue on from what was last week's session. I haven't actually watched it back, so I'm just going to keep moving forward with some of where we're at and writing more. Here we go. So we're doing the screen share of the Scrivener. Excuse me. Just got to try and pick where the actual camera is. Okay, I think it's working all right. So let's go across to the Scrivener itself. Now I've opened up to the page that's actually places. So here we've got it down here, and I thought, well, it would be nice to add some photos, but then I thought, well, I haven't actually prepared that yet. So it's probably not a good idea to just go wandering through my photos as a public thing. I'll get a folder together of what are the photos that I'd like to consider for a memoir, or at least just to put some photos in these places of the times where I lived at Middleton, I lived at Carnarvon, and I lived at Menangi. And now I would actually add another one that says, oh, that's interesting, places, setting sketch. Oh, I don't know why that's got that there, but right now I've got Port Elliot, and I did have a couple of places that extras, so let me just add another, and it would be Kangaroo Island. Name of setting, so these are setting things. Well, that's interesting. I didn't realise that with places had a, it does, it has a template. There you go. Didn't realise that. So places is a folder on its own, a different characteristic. So that's something good to know. So we might take it through. I don't know why that has only copied as a plus there. What does another one do? No, that gives the setting sketch. That's interesting. Well, that one I want to delete. I don't need to keep that one. Interesting. Okay, so this is the one that in the Scrivener, just using the places. I'm going to sort those photos out first for myself. And mainly because what I was thinking, what I was actually thinking was because of the need to get my photos organised so that it's a lot easier to choose from what might be included in a memoir. But I think also as just that sort of a memory prompt, because I'm still not 100% sure what it is that I'm wanting to put into my memoir. I still haven't really got it cleared, besides that broad base avenue of what I want to look at. That'll be included or not. So I suppose really it comes down to the research, and you know how I did last week, I did do some research using Perplexity because I do, and that's an AI geared agent of sorts. It's a research assistant type of a thing. Particularly, it's one of those types of cover things around the ChatGPT, the Gemini, Google one, the Claude Sonnet. I'm not sure what else it actually includes as the large language models that it references, but it is a very interesting little platform that you can use, whether it's just the free part or whether it's also that is, the paid version. God, I'm very tired tonight, so I think that's why I did have some technical issues. But I am very tired tonight, so just opening up the perplexity, because this one is the research for the 50s and 60s around when I was born. And what I'm wanting to do with this, here we have the research that I've done that it came up with, okay, down to that last bit, and it comes up with all the research items that it has used. So there can be further referencing and history searching if you need to, if you want to jog your memory, remember the different things that pop up as our life experiences. Sometimes it's just the stories around at the time that'll jog your memory. And so I had that one as one of the references from last week. And I'll just pop over and edit the program that I want to reference. So here we have, oh, it's not the right size. You can see that I've got that. Oh, that's weird. Custom shape. I've got different things happening with my screen. I really need to set out the eCam better. That's really annoying. Okay, so it's not. I'm going back to the Scrivener. I know I've got that set up to the right size. I'm not going to use the perplexity tonight. I've just decided, nope, not doing that. So we'll leave it here. So that's what I'll show you the perplexity again if we need to reference to it, because I want to go back to some of these references. Let me have a look. It's the Essay History Hub, this one here. Now I'm not going to be able to show, because of the way my screen's set up, I'm not going to show it to you tonight, but you just do a copy paste with this and put it in your browser of choice, and you get what type of reference it is, what it's sourced, and it'd go back to being that number one that was here at the start of, it's the normal type of footnote thing. So somewhere in here, there it is, there's the number one, so that's the reference that is pointing to. So I do remember through my younger years that Middleton was known as itself, it was gum flat. Natural red gums grew in the 20th century from a small township servicing surrounding farmland. I know that the area that we had our farm called Fairley was actually the Mount Rat area. So I'm needing to actually do a little bit more research into that, so that here I could almost sit in that Middleton space. Now I don't know what these are like. All of this, I'm really not wanting all of this, so I'm going to just delete the guts of these places because I don't need them. I just want to start from the raw. And our farm was at it was named Fairley, and I think that's how it was spelt, which was located north of the town of Middleton in the Mount Rat district. I remember attending or going to, I'm not going to do big words, going to the local church of the time, which was a Methodist church, and it was at Carculliworty. Actually, I might need to look up how that is spelt too, because I can't remember. But it was just down the road from the farm, and I remember Dad doing a lot of local preaching around the area in his younger years. Well, in all of his years, he did it. He did lay preaching for 50 years in the Methodist church that then went into being the Uniting Church. once we'd got to Menengi. I can't remember what year it was, 72 or 70 something, that Uniting Church came into being. So it was close to Port Rickaby, and that was on the west coast of the peninsula, and had a lovely long jetty and deep swimming. It's where we did our swimming lessons and general socialising on the hot summer days. A wonderful space, especially when it came to doing the to hunting for periwinkles. There was a line of about 12 shacks at the time where local farmers were able to get away from their farms for a break from their work. They were basic constructions of the times, and gave and allowed many fun get-togethers with families and friends, and it was a wonderful time doing that. Squid fishing from the jetty. Jetty was a great time, as the squid, Tommy ruffs, garfish and whiting were prolific back then. Not so much today, and the jetty is a lot shorter due to storm damage over the decades since then, not fully repaired by the councils, so it is shrinking from damage and age. Well, I think so, although there is a bit of a township there now. Small township at Port Rickaby now, with streets, caravan park, and nice tourist style amenities. From my understanding, the original shacks are still there. Right, so that's part of what I can remember. I went back, can't remember what trip it was. Went back for a reunion style of a get-together around 10 years ago, and our names are still on the Sunday school attendance board with the row of stars for our near perfect record. Wasn't too many times where we didn't get to go to Sunday school. That was a requirement. We were sort of basically made to go, and that's fine. It's what was expected of those times. So you didn't really question it because there wasn't any need to question it. Okay. So from that, so it's just a matter of jotting down little memories and stuff like that. Now I'll just put here, Canalpan is in the state of South Australia. That's what I should put, even for the Milton one. Right, I think what I need to do there is just put a heading on that one. I'll do a heading too. And then I'll go to Canalpan, put that one as a heading. And the headings come in handy for when you are actually getting sorted with doing a download eventually. Once you've edited through the manuscript, and this is the manuscript part, remember that's this part. It's only what is the manuscript that's going to be downloaded as part of it, as the book. Okay, so that part is what we format properly, and these other spaces and places, your characters and your places and all these references are mainly for just our research and referencing. It's not added into the book. Once we've got some sort of form of what we're wanting to include in the stories here, okay, this is where you could insert a picture. So I'll go and choose a picture in a minute. I'm just going to get my photos up. I can do this where you don't see what I'm doing because I've got so many photos of card layouts. Yes, I do readings every morning. That's mostly what I have as layouts, as photos, sorry. So I'm waiting for the photos to pop up. My computer has just gotten too slow, so it will be something that's going to have some improvements next year after I'm back from a trip overseas. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do with all of this. Now, I'm just going to choose photos from, oh good heavens, filter by all items. I'm just going to see if I can do this. Now I've got something that's halting.